Good Wednesday morning, hump day, the best day of your life. Welcome, one, welcome all, three of you, to this edition of the Feel Good. Drive Time, the best, worst show ever. Mark the Shark on the ones and the twos. Thank you, Mark. Look at the flag. Oh, glory.
Yes, sir.
There in the background as we get ready to kick off the festive July 4th extended weekend. Always a good time.
Extended weekend for sure. I don't know what the heck's going on with my crazy phone right now.
Good morning, Timmy Wiggins. Hot Rod's in. Good morning to you. JP the coach. Good morning, Coach. Johnny Sims. Good morning. Earl Crook. Good morning, my friend. Sherry Weaver. Good morning to you. King Kang's in. Good morning, King.
Back and to the left.
Chief Stanton. Good morning.
Chief.
Wanda Green. Good morning to you. And good morning, Kenwood.
Good morning, DJ. And how about Mark the Shark here, man?
Yeah.
Good morning.
I mean, do it, Shark. Tell you what, Old Glory flying and got a new crawler at the top up here, thanking everybody we can thank.
I saw the Lions Club putting out flags this morning.
That's always
been a storied club with that tradition of the businesses who choose to participate. They go out and put the flags out at different times during the year when it's appropriate, which I would think all of them would be.
Yeah,
but they were out this morning getting them up, and it's a lot of times goes unappreciated, maybe not recognized as much as it should, but it dresses things up and looks nice.
It sure does.
Thank you to the Lions Club.
Morning, Jesse Rigby. Good morning, Miss McKenzie.
Miss McKenzie, she's my fourth grade teacher.
D-Top. Good morning, Miss Ann. Good morning. I'll take a minute to say too. I know we look at holidays as holidays, but let's split transaction Tuesday. Good morning, Cap Man. I tell you, I enjoyed that whole getting schooled in Indian ideology yesterday.
That was good.
But anyway, take the time to remember what 4th of July is and what it's about and what we celebrate it for. And for all you that served in here, D-Top, and you guys, thank you for your service. I know 4th of July is more about other things, but there again, it's always about thanking people for their service. I guess you'd even be a public servant now, DJ, so we thank you for your service. What's your salary? About $0 a month?
No, we get a little stipend.
A style. Listen, is that how you have to list it on your taxes? Or so can I ask a hypothetical question about it ain't really hypothetical. We kind of left hanging yesterday when we were getting ready to go. What was we were talking about? You said we get into in the morning.
I can't remember.
Well, Cody had asked about, were you going to do a top 10? You got talking about Whopper and doing a top 5 and all that kind of thing. And, we kind of got off on something, and you said something right when we were about to go. And I was like, yeah, we need to talk about that. But I couldn't. I was sitting there thinking, damn, I don't remember what it was.
That's how bad my mind is. I don't know.
Yeah, I had a long day. So, good morning, Miss Gail. Wiener, Kimberly Williams.
Girls of 87.
Good morning. Yes, sir, Hot. Thank you for yours. Steve White, DJ Steve in the house. Tell us what the how strict they gonna be on the no fireworks in the city limits ordinance.
It's gonna be.
I just got that text. The reason I'm asking.
It's there are ordinances out there. You hope people abide by them.
Yes.
Oftentimes they don't. There will be a handful of knuckleheads that'll shoot them. They shoot them this time next week. Yeah. Probably. And the Bruton's finest does the best they can. They can't be everywhere at the same time. And it doesn't take long for a firecracker to pop. And the odds of being there on the scene when that particular one pops is minimal.
And keep that in mind.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah. And also, for those of you who are going to be shooting some fireworks, have fun with it, but at some point, let it be over.
Yeah. What did you say? Bedtime over there at Escambia is about what time?
7:45. I mean, I tell you what, go to 8:10. Knock yourself out.
I'm not going to spoil the party.
Yeah. Let's have a large time.
Yeah.
Let's have a large time. We'll rock out to 8:10.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. So,
oh Lord,
quick question: did you order your Starlink Mini?
Oh, no. I have until July 4th, so I'm not going to push the button until.
Well, tomorrow is July 4th.
Right, but today's the 3rd.
So you're saying, you mean, so it doesn't expire tonight? It's tomorrow night. I got you.
If I'm 1,000% going to get it, I'm not going to get it until the day that ends.
You're always, I know this to be true. Yeah. You're going to let your estate cook as long as it can cook.
What if I get hit by a bus when I pull out of this driveway and I've ordered this mini Starlink? What good does that do my heirs?
Correct, but so it may put them in line with Elon that you are in.
I don't know. Yeah, I want them to earn their own way. I've done.
Got to compete.
Yeah, I'm the one that has a relationship with Elon, not them. You have to earn that.
That was your $600.
Yeah, you have to earn that.
And your $120 a month that's been going to him.
I went back. I struggled with it a little bit last night. You disturbed me a little bit thinking about that the 1 GB is not that much data. And what I'm not looking for is hidden fees. Like my estate is not set up to have additional charges that I'm not prepared to have. So the $30 a month, I have it factored in, have it figured in. I can move some money and that'll be fine.
Sure.
But if it turns into $130 and that's what it's going to be every month, then, I've put myself in a situation.
Well, yes, I agree with that. But the one thing that I can tell you is, from what I've read, is just like normal Starlink service in that you can suspend that $30 a month service until you need it.
Well,
now, I don't know
how long. Like, I said this yesterday. I can't really think of a time that I would have to have it, to do. I mentioned having it at the beach to maybe watch a movie, but you're telling me I couldn't watch a movie with 1 GB. I would eat that up before moving. So, I don't know when I'd ever use it. So I may just, like I said, I may get it to be in line for the phone and the other products and the real estate sales that may be coming in the future.
Sure.
And be on the.
No, I get it. You want to be. You want to be
on the mailer.
Yeah,
I want to be on the mailer.
Morning, Jeremy Smitherman. Ty Lane. Good to see you, Ty.
You say so.
I'm not gonna say that. Good morning, Miss Carol. For those of us in the country, the 4th sounds like the opening day of deer season.
I can imagine.
I can understand. Miss Gail says, "Be mindful of people's pets while shooting your fireworks." Listen, that's a true story because I've got one inside that when they start going off, he thinks it's gunshots, and he was trained with all that, and he thinks it's time to go to work. So, and it, look, I get it, but I'll tell you where it was bad was down at the beach. Because, they fire them off all up and down the beach. Oh, man, that joker gets so mad, start howling and all this stuff. Poor thing, he sounded like he was dying, but it was just he wanted to do something so bad because he didn't know where it was coming from. But I'm like you. Hey, have fun, but shut it down at least before 9. That won't happen. You know that. But let's see. Maybe even a lot on Mars.
That's outside my normal travel corridor, but for my unborn grandchildren, it might be a nice investment for them.
Look at there. Zeke Smith. What's up, Zeke?
Good morning, Zeke.
Good morning, Zeke. How you doing, man? Good to see you. King Kane says, is that Diet Pepsi in the Coca-Cola cup?
No, this is part of that hiccup I had at the DG a couple of days ago where I, in a panic, picked up a 12-pack of Diet Coke. I think this is number 7 out of 12. So I have 5 left, and then I'll be back on the Diet Pepsi.
So I know, and I know you don't have a very discerning palate, but can you tell a huge difference between Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi?
No, this is a fine product. This is. I'm not a.
Well, I don't mean bad. I'm just saying. Can you tell is there a difference in taste?
No, it's not. No, I can't. It's a fine product. I'm not anti-Coke.
Right.
I'm pro Pepsi because of Lance McKenzie, Trent Davison, and Grace Ruzek.
Sure.
And
that's no. I get that. No. I'm not saying you're throwing off on Coke. What I mean is, I was just asking, can you taste?
No.
I know because you say you don't taste real well.
No.
You don't taste the difference.
No.
If we put 2 white styrofoam cups out there, you couldn't pick Diet Coke over Diet Pepsi. No. So you wasn't one of them Pepsi or Coke challenge people. No. When you was talking about 1986 yesterday, that was kind of big back in them days. That whole Pepsi and Coke challenge thing. I went back and you can Google a lot. Have you ever Googled what you were talking about?
What was I talking about?
About the temps, like.
No, because I don't put any stock in it.
Well, no, I listen.
And I said this yesterday. I don't care what the data says. I don't care what the experts say. I don't care what the information is. I know my body, and I know what's happening.
Listen, I'm not disputing you. What I'm saying is, if you go back, I went back and was looking at you can get those old farmers' almanacs from back then. What's crazy is everything you said is right. I mean, it's hotter today.
There's a question.
Than any of those for a 10-year period back then.
And what I'm telling you is, if the difference from 86 to 2024 is the same from 2024 to 2062, we're not going to be here.
Yeah, be cooked.
Yeah, that the same. It's the same amount of time. I think it said from my math's not very good. From 1938 to 1981, as it is from 1981 to 2024. And that's hard for me to comprehend. Because I remember 1981 very well, and I would have thought at that time that 1938 was prehistoric times almost. I mean, that's just wild to me to think about that. The same span between 38 and 81 is 81 and 2024. That's hard for me to comprehend.
It is. Well, I mean, what did you do? You cut it, I mean, what is that, 30, was it 50 years to? It'd be 43 years. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild, isn't it?
I mean, it is. But like I said, you got me thinking about that, and I was looking back, and I was like, darn. But I'll tell you this, too, though. The few times I remember it snowing back when we were kids. I know you have to remember that.
Say it again.
The few times I remember it snowing and sticking was back when we were kids.
Yeah, we had a pretty good snowstorm there in the 90s.
Yep.
That stuck down, and may have had one since then. But yeah, no, we had good snow in the 70s. Had good snow.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. 43 years of my math challenged, pal.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm not here to take a test.
They don't ever let up, do they? King K, D-Top, did you need a calculator? I'll tell you what, if you don't have anybody, you got King. He's with you, Deej.
Then I got enough.
Yeah, that's all you need. I mean, I've always told you, you got all the cover and work that you need.
Man, I had a phone call yesterday. You talking about, I was coming back from Bay Minette, and you talking about a safe place, and you talking about a feel-good 15 minutes on the phone. I got a call from the red man himself, Matt Nall.
No joke.
And I'm going to tell you something. For people who don't know Matt Nall, he is one of the kindest, one of the nicest, one of the most pleasant people that God has ever put on this green earth. I think the world. He was a good bit younger than me, but I've always thought the world of Matt Nall. And we had about 5 minutes of business to talk about, and then it was 10 to 15 minutes of catching up. And it was good to hear from him. He's doing well, by the way. For those of you who know Matt, he lives in Georgia. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Now that was a nice pick me up.
Is he still involved with the doing the car wash things?
Yeah, some of the equipment and chemicals and whatnot.
Yes.
And he's basically like the guy in the Southeast.
Right.
If you're in that line of work, you know who he is.
Yes.
He's good at what he does. He's done well with it.
I knew he had been very successful.
Yeah,
I didn't know if he had got to the point where he finally said, "Okay, I'm sell this thing," or whatever. But I knew he had done very well.
And I reminded him, and I'll be posting on my Facebook page.
Matt and all is hilarious. King Kane.
At the appropriate time. He also sat for the single greatest picture in the history of pictures. And he sends it to me on my birthday every year. He looks like Raggedy Andy. It is just, you talking about just a smile to your face, something that'll take the edge off. He sends it to me every year on my birthday, and he'll have a little monologue attached to it, like, I know how much this means to you. I know it sets up the day. Happy birthday, big guy. I just love it. I love it. I love me some Matthew Naw.
I'll tell you what. That picture, we put it on the show.
Oh yeah.
That picture, and the picture that you blew up. I don't mean blew up like physically. I mean like blew up of T-Bone in his uniform.
Oh yeah,
with holding his helmet to the left.
Yeah.
And then the one where he's in the school outfit
for senior portrait. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that was a classic one.
I went and ate with T-Bone yesterday.
How's he doing?
Good, doing real good. Had a good crowd in there for lunch.
Is he last time I saw him, he looked run ragged. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way. What I'm saying is he looked like he'd been slammed and hadn't had time to even slow down and think about it.
It's
so
wide open down there.
What's the city doing for the 4th? Any activities at all, or do you know? I say city, or anybody got anything going on that you know of?
East Bruton usually does the fireworks July 4th.
Yes,
and of course Bruton does it New Year's Eve.
Yes.
So I think that we're one big community. We don't try to step on each other's toes or outperform them. So the East Bruton will have the duck race.
Yep.
They'll have the spades tournament. They'll have all the stuff going on over at Fort Crawford Park. And
that's right.
Then the fireworks that evening, which is always a nice treat for everybody. So we'll partake in all of that. I saw where talking about community alignment and some things we're doing. I think getting better at, for those of you that are on Stadium Street, going back towards Belleville. I guess that'd be going west on Stadium Street, Tiger Drive, whatever you call it. I call it Stadium Street.
That's
always will.
Stadium Street, yeah.
But going back west, the parking lot, which we used to call led into the trails, is now the primary parking lot for baseball and visiting football. And it's been an eyesore for the last 15, 20 years. Flower beds that were not manicured, those gates that Mr. Sellers, God love him, put up had gotten bent and kind of disfigured. All that's been removed, and new plantings took place yesterday. The city, the city played a part in furnishing the material. The Garden Club, another one of our great civic clubs, planted it and is going to maintain the flower beds. And of course, the school had a hand in it as well. But it was nice to see that alignment that we have to have and have to get back to make this thing work. But that's going to look nice. It'll represent, when our guests come in for football games or baseball teams. Our campus is starting to look nice again. We'll get those hedges cleaned up inside Municipal Stadium. And I was excited to see that. It's been a long time coming. And I appreciate the interim superintendent for pushing the button and giving the okay on that.
Now, who is the interim superintendent?
His last name is Mason.
Okay.
But it started with him, and I appreciate him getting that done.
And while we were talking local, I did want to say, we want to send our thoughts and prayers out to William Lee Golden and the Golden family as Rusty Golden passed away.
Tough loss, definitely.
Yeah, tough loss. So William Lee, a prominent member, Oak Ridge Boys, and grew up here out there in Dixonville, Goldenville, or however you want to call it. So do want to send our thoughts and prayers to them. Good morning, PGP.
D2's in here. Good morning, PGP.
D-Tom said, who remembers the ice storm? That was awful. Morning, boss man. Happy 4th to you as well. Morning, Miss Peggy. Mark the Sharks. Mom in this morning.
Need to include Billie Jean in our thoughts and prayers also. Her father passed away very recently.
Wow. I did not.
Thinking about you too, Wendy.
Yep. Did not know that, Wendy, and want to pass that on as well. So, have you ever been over and watched that duck race?
Yeah, it's been a minute, but I've seen one or two.
I'll tell you what, I've seen some competitive races over there with that thing.
That's good, clean gambling, man.
No, it is.
Yeah. I like it.
I mean, I was about to say, you think you could probably get people to vote on that and legalize that to put $1 on here or there?
I like it being a little renegade-ish. I like this, doing it, maybe asking for apologies or asking for forgiveness later. Yeah, just do it.
Yeah. Listen.
Turn them loose.
I think that's one of the great events of that day.
Yeah. Turn them loose.
I remember some years where the creek might be up, they'd have a guy down there in a Sea-Doo, wave runner or something. And that was always like real wild seeing that,
Buy your duck. Buy you a duck.
I bet you can't say that 10 times in a.
I'm not going to try.
Woo! I knew it, but things have just been going too well, and here we don't. Yeah,
it won't be me.
Morning, David Cole, Ronnie Mack. Good morning and happy Speed Hump Day.
Good morning, pal.
Speed Hump. Listen, he shows up and you get a real concerned look on your face.
I just wish he'd go away.
He's like are you saying he's like a tick or like a what do you call it, a leech or something?
It's not a leech. You don't have to watch the show live. I mean, it's there for your viewing pleasure, later this afternoon, tonight, next week. I'm sure you're a busy man. Go find something to scram.
Oh, PGP says, I love the duck race. When I first moved here 26 years ago, I thought I was going to see real ducks. Now, that would be something. Yeah. Turn a bunch of little ones. There he is, classmate, Brent Edwards. Good morning, Brent.
Good morning, Brent.
King. Oh, he just shuts down like the kid that got picked last for the team. Well, I mean, T-Bone, he that's kind of where he comes from with it.
Yeah.
So
had a late night last night. I was hesitant to be involved in it when Coach Riggs did another segment of his A Minute with Coach Riggs, recognizing and celebrating and honoring some of the teams through the years. And I'll wait and let him release it. I won't let the cat out of the bag of what team was recognized last night. It was the number 6 team on the list. So he started at 25. He's now up to number 6. But we didn't go on air until 8:15.
Oh, wow.
And I told Coach, I said, I'm going to give you all I got, but, I'm on borrowed time as it is. And I think it wound down about 9:30. And I said, look, man, I love talking about as much as anybody, but I'm done. I got to go to bed. But you're going to be shocked that this team was number 6. You can make an argument for 10 of them to be number 1, but the fact that this team was number 6 just shocked me.
If I hope it ain't.
Somebody has to be 6. I get it.
I hope it's not.
Well, somebody has to be 6. I get it.
I hope it's not one.
But it was just
that. Anyway,
it was another great team. It's always fun to be a part of it. I appreciate him including me in some of them. He had another guest from the team that was on there, and it was certainly fun to catch up with that individual, talk about the old days. But
well, I want to say this.
I don't know when he'll release it.
I want to say this about the old days real quick, and I'll shut up and move on. I had the privilege of sitting in the bleachers and watching Ron Gibson and Frona Fountain run the ball together. Also had the privilege of watching Ron Gibson run the ball and then watching Fruna. I don't even want you to make a face, but if either one of them teams have to be number 6, don't tell me.
Might be a good time for a commercial break.
I'm just telling you, cause
you got that little quickie commercial in the queue, Shark.
I mean,
Icy's 25 cents.
Let's go to the concession stand. Oh man, let's see. Timmy says, has Southern Outdoors open yet? We were just talking about that. I think they're kind of still in the opening soon mode, aren't they?
I don't know where they are. I don't know.
Right. Is their mascot a tiger eagle? 6 is a bit high.
I tell you, I know we're jumping around stuff. I do. You know, they got me started yesterday with Whopper. Cody talked about, was Whopper going to have a preseason poll? We talked about Whopper doesn't do preseason polls. Whopper has to have a resume of work to fairly evaluate teams. But the Whopper did get into, and it's kind of a thing that a lot of these recruiting services have, is crystal ball predictions. When a recruit is on the verge of committing, they will get out on a limb and offer a crystal ball prediction. I got around messing with Whopper yesterday afternoon and did some things, and the Whopper has a crystal ball prediction for a local student athlete. And I'm going to release it.
All right. Well, here we go. Drum. Do we have a drum roll? Maybe?
No, probably not.
It's all right. Oh, here we go.
The Shark.
The Shark on.
Whopper is offering a crystal ball prediction for the University of Florida by T.R. Miller's Miles Johnson, who is currently committed to Alabama University.
And you're saying...
I'm not. Whopper is.
Whopper is saying he is going to Gainesville.
It'll be something to follow. You can take it for what it's worth. If you thought Whopper was spot on last year, maybe you give him the benefit of the doubt. If you thought he was completely wrong, maybe you don't. But just remember, Whopper says Miles Johnson to the University of Florida. I like that, Shark.
Man, that needs to be the drive time breaking news.
Yeah.
No, so you're saying
I'm not
Whopper
saying. I just got in there tinkering around a little bit.
You just put you're putting a scoop out that Whopper has made a crystal ball prediction.
Yes.
Wow.
We'll see.
Wow.
Juju, I'll tell you what, Chief, it just tickled me. You know, earlier this week, I guess it was Monday, was July 1st. Do you know what Juju got on July 1st?
Another
$10,000 from USC.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Juju.
Juju. And so
Juju
I know,
on that beat?
You mark this down. Whopper's also telling me this. August, September. Okay, August 1st, Juju's going to pick up another $10K from USC. September 1st, he's going to pick up another $10K from USC. Shortly after Labor Day, he's going to commit to Auburn University.
Oh, don't.
And I'm going to tell you why he's going to do it. If he commits in September, it'll give him 3 months to find his houses in Auburn and in Carrollton. It'll give him 3 months to get closed on 2 houses and give him plenty of opportunity to get his 2 Land Rovers. So he's going to get another $20K from USC of the next 2 months, and he will commit. That's another crystal ball prediction to follow on Whopper, and we'll see if Whopper's right about either of them. Yeah. We'll see.
I mean,
I'm just telling you.
Okay, so are you still standing by your staunch statement that you were pretty clear on when you said you would never enter Jordan-Hare Stadium?
I'm going to make it crystal
clear. Again.
I will not buy a ticket and walk in Jordan-Hare Stadium as long as Juju is a member of the Auburn football team. If the big guy, Trent Davison, wants to have me as his guest in the luxury box that Buffalo Rock has, I will go. but I will not buy. I won't even use my coaching card to go in. Not that it worked the last time, but I will not feed the monster that participates in transactions like that.
No.
Now, I'm still going to Auburn.
Sure.
I'm going up to the tailgate, see friends, have a good time. But no, I'll be done until Juju's gone.
Well, here.
I'm serious.
Listen, I'm with you.
I won't have it.
I'm with you.
I won't participate in it.
I'm with you.
You know, they have these different clubs up there that you can belong to to be a part of the NIL collective.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's the Bo Jackson Club, which is $34 a month. He was number 34. They haven't started the Cam Newton Club yet for $2. He used to. I would join that maybe. You know, I could come off $24 of the estate, but I won't throw it at Juju.
Yeah,
I will not.
If it was 2-2,
I'll join the Keontae Scott Club. He's number 0.
Yeah, you support that.
Yeah, I'll send it every month. The first every month.
Yeah, I'll
send him 0.
You'll send him 100% or 1,000% of 0.
I will send him 0 the first of each month.
You know what's crazy is, it's amazing that it has come to this. I mean, you know, when you got the NCAA that just comes out after they threaten getting sued, and they say, "Okay, y'all just transfer as many times as you want to."
Well, here's
fine.
Here's what if anybody is close to the level of disgust that I am, and if you're a Bammer and you happen to be in here this morning, I want you to go look in the mirror, hey, and say, "Congratulations, y'all took us here."
Wow.
Yeah, I hope you're happy.
Now, you're going to have to expand on that. How did Bama – I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying tell us how that happened.
The hatred that school has towards Auburn has been well documented throughout my lifetime. You know, we had to play at Legion Field for 30 straight years.
Yes.
We were the visitors.
Yes.
For a third. Now, I don't believe in bullies. I believe there's people who allow themselves to be bullied, and Auburn allowed themselves to be bullied.
Yes.
Played in Legion Field for 30 straight years. Dye comes in. We finally break away. Bobby Louder was a big part of it. Finally break away. We get them to come to our place in 89. Then we get them to come back in 93. Then we get them to come back in 95. I had a student ticket for each game, by the way. And Alabama during this time still played all their big home games in Legion Field.
That's right.
Well, they come to Auburn and they see in 89 what it could be. They're like, my God, this is unbelievable, the environment. I had no idea that there was this many collared shirts in the world. And they come in there and they see this. They said, we got to figure out a way to get this over in Tuscaloosa. So Auburn has always moved the needle in Tuscaloosa. They didn't start playing at home until they saw what we did. They didn't start saying Roll Tide until they heard War Eagle. We started the Tiger Walk. Now they have the Tiger Walk. They've tried to duplicate and replicate everything that we've ever done. Now I'm saying all that to say this: 2010 was the Waterloo. Did Cam Newton's scholarship offer a little more than room and board? Maybe. Maybe it didn't. But I don't think it was crazy like Juju's fixing to demand. Well, after we won the national championship that year, they as an institution said, never again.
Mm-hmm.
It'll never happen again.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to scour the earth. We're going to find the best players this world has to offer. You know, we're going to do whatever we got to do to get them here. And probably the most shining example is Pineapple. They go out to a family that was rooted in Hawaii for 175 years. The best football player in the history of the state. And the family ups and moves. They can relocate to anywhere in North America they want to go. And little Pineapple says, Daddy, I've always wanted to live in Alabaster, Alabama. Can we please go to Alabaster, Alabama? And the rest is history. You know, if you look at the NFL team right now, any NFL team, pick them. They've got 6 or 7 or 8 football players from Alabama. They've had the best football players in the world. But they have. And my question is,
years.
I don't understand how they've lost as many games as they've lost. I'm shocked how many games. I think there will be a day 20 years from now when they look back and they look at the NFL Hall of Fame and everybody up there wearing a gold jacket played at Alabama, and the little kid's going to say, Granddaddy, how did they lose so many times when they all were on the same team?
Hold that thought.
Okay.
I got to fix something.